Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie, and today I wanted to share with you a technique that I've been playing with. I kind of gave you a sneak peek on Facebook. I teased you a little bit, and now I'm finally getting to the video. But I've been playing with the Distress Oxide inks. It's a new product that Close to My Heart now carries. And because of the COVID, they were having a hard time getting them in stock, and now we're starting to see them available now, which is awesome. So I picked up a couple colors, and I just started playing with them this week. So I had this idea to use the March stamp of the month, which is this one right here with a beautiful butterfly and the dragonfly and the fun sentiments, and to use the Distress Oxide inks to make this design on this card. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to show you how I did that today. First off, you'll want, of course, the stamp set, and I use picked raspberry and chipped sapphire, and I use them because those are two of the colors that I have that I thought would look good together. Like I said, they're just coming into stock, and so I am slowly collecting them. I also have Abandoned Coral, which is a really fun color, but I didn't think that matched so well, so I chose just these two. And while I have it here, this is actually how I've been storing my Distress Oxide inks. This is Close to My Heart's mini stamp organizer, and they fit perfectly. Like, you can stack them that way, or you can stack them this way. You can put your little sponges in there. These fit in there straight up just like that. So that's where I've been keeping them for now. It's a nice little organizer for them. All right, so oops, I put one away. Okay, so picked raspberry, chipped sapphire. You'll need your distressing tools, and I can't remember what the correct name for them right now is. And I highly recommend the Distressed Water Cardstock. I've been trying a few techniques on just regular cardstock, and especially using water, it doesn't work as well. It warps, and it just doesn't mesh and meld as well. So I highly recommend the Distressed Water Cardstock, which has like a smooth side and a bumpy side. So you can choose which side you want, and it's really nice and thick and will hold that water really well. Hey, you also want a spray bottle. This is just a bottle that I do my little guy's hair with. Nothing fancy, just picked it up at Walmart. And then you'll also want, of course, a nice surface to create your project, and this is the All-Purpose Mat. It is heat resistant, non-stick. I've been using this to craft on lately just because it's so nice, and everything wipes off really well. So I'll show you that in just a minute, but let's go ahead and get started with this center section. Let me grab, let's see. Okay, so we're going to use the watercolor cardstock, and I'm going to use my inks to kind of ink up that background. And on this one, I actually kind of did stripes. And so on this one, I'm going to try kind of just doing little splotches. And I grabbed a sticky note as well. So when you start getting to the edges, you don't want your fingerprints in the ink. And so I'll use the Post-it note to kind of hold my paper for me. So let's go ahead and start with the picked raspberry. I can actually just open both of them. I'll just stick that, stick that in its lid. And I am left-handed, so if it looks funny, that is why. So I'm doing everything with my left hand. And I'm just going to dab it. In this mat, you can ink on it and it will come right up. So I'm just going to kind of come in here really lightly and add some color like I said, I kind of want to do splotches on this one instead of this stripes that I did on the original one, just to try something a little different. So I'm going to kind of come off the side and come in, because you don't want a hard circle line. So I'm just kind of lightly pushing down to get that. And you can do as much ink or as little ink as you want. I think I'll do this one right here. You can also use like washi tape or painter's tape to hold this down if you want to. And I think I'll put, oh, see, I can do the right hand too. I'll put a little over here. I write with my left hand, but I do everything else with my right. Okay, sorry. I write with my left hand and then I do everything else with my right hand. It's kind of a funny thing. I don't know if it's just a learned behavior or if that's just what I do. So I can do both. I can write with my right hand too, but it's easier with my left. So now I'm going to go in with the chipped sapphire and just add some ink. And when they cross each other, they're going to kind of add like a third color, kind of more of a light purple, I guess. And come in on this side. And I am not an expert on this at all. I just barely started playing with these inks. So if you have any tips or techniques for me, sorry, throw them my way, because it's something new. I've never tried them before. I've just barely started playing around with them. So we're just going to add some more ink. I feel like it needs a little bit more right through here. And I can kind of mesh. And you can actually go over that pink color. And then if I need more pink, I can come back and go over it with pink. So it's kind of just like layering on top of each other. And you can add as many layers or as little layers as you want. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so this messy multimedia stuff is really hard for me to do. So I'm totally out of my comfort zone. I just had this idea to use the butterfly with the distressed inks just to kind of see what it would do. So I can put this pink back over those areas to kind of lighten up some of that sapphire that I brought in. And I'm probably doing this all wrong. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of a play and learn as you go, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that, I think. Except I kind of want this to be a little bit darker. And just add a little bit more right through there. Okay, so it kind of has a marble look to it. I'm just going to put these away really quick. And then I'm going to grab my stamp. So the distressed oxides work really well with water. And it kind of gives it I kind of want to say like a bleach look, like when you're doing, when you're adding bleach to a colored shirt, kind of like those tie-dye. That kind of what it reminds me of. It will repel the oxide ink where the water hits. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to set this off to the side because I don't want extra water on it. And I'm going to take the dragonfly. His little tail needs to be straightened. There we go. And I'm going to just spray some water right on it. Okay, and now I'm going to bring this in And I'm going to just set it down right there in the center. I'm just going to hold it there for just a second. And when I bring it up, I have that dragonfly. Can you see that? So it is a little wet, so I'll need to dry it off. You could also use some paper towels to maybe dab a little bit of that water off. And if it's too... Okay, I haven't done this before, so let's see. Maybe just dab a little of that water. Okay, and then I thought the little edges needed a little something, so I actually just took my spray and I just watered on the sides or on the corners, and you can do it far away or close up, and it will just sprinkle it a little bit. And you can set it aside to dry, or you can use a heat gun. I actually used my blow dryer. And you can see how that white is popping up. So I'm going to quickly, I have my blow dryer here, just a second. I didn't have a cord long enough, so I have it off to the side. And I'm just going to dry it off. Okay, that looks good. Oh, there's one little spot. Hold on. Oops, a little too hard. Okay. So you can tell that once it dries, that white comes through even more. And where it got really wet, you can see it has kind of more of a hard line on there. It's just so pretty. So let's clean up our little area really quick. I have some paper towels. See how nicely that just wipes off? I've done heat embossing on this. I've done, gosh, what else have I done? Pretty much every kind of crafting on this, and it still looks so good, and nothing has permanently stuck to it. So I highly recommend the all-purpose mat. Okay. All right. So now we can stamp on it, or you can leave it just like that. I want to make sure that it's like completely dry. So I'm just going to hold a paper towel on there just to make sure all the spots are dry. All right, now you can stamp a sentiment right onto it. You could emboss something on there. All kinds of different possibilities for this one, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp I was looking at the different sentiments. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp Sending You Get Well Wishes, and I'm going to use Intense Black ink. And just to make sure I get a nice clean image, I'm going to put the puffy that comes in the stamp set underneath it. So let's go ahead and ink up this stamp. And I'm using Intense black because the other black is water-based and I don't want it to run or bleed. I want a nice crisp image. And I'm just going to stamp it right here in the corner. Okay, and then we can finish our card. So I have a card base and some black cardstock just to outline or to mat that image. Oh my. And of course I grabbed the wrong adhesive. So what you would do is you would attach this to your card base, and then you attach this right on top for your card. Isn't that pretty? All that fun distressing, and then you have the lighter splotches in there. And I think this one turned out better than this one. I don't know. And they're all different and unique. So tell me what you think. If you've played with distress oxides before, let me know. If you have any tips for me, please let me know. It's something new that I'm just starting to learn about, and it's super fun just to kind of see how adding a little bit of water can change the look of things. And again, I used the March stamp of the month. This set is only available until the end of March. You can purchase it for $18.95, or you can get it for $5 with a $50 purchase. Or if you're a VIP customer, you can get it free with a $50 purchase. And when you order your stamp of the month, I will send you a card kit for free. So I will send you all the pieces and instructions on how to put these 3 cards together. So just a little fun little perk for the stamp of the month. And anyway, any questions, please let me know. Try it out. Let me know what you think. If you've created something with distress oxides, I would love to just post it in the comments. I love to see what you guys are doing. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.